Hello, everybody. My name is PhuLuu, or you can call me Nitro, or TheRealNitro, or whatnot. And I just want to say, we've already hit past 700 subscriber, and maybe 750, but I do want to say thank you for, at least supporting me on this channel or something. It's, been a rough ride, especially when it comes to, reaching this milestone. And, yeah, like I said, I agreed to do a Q&A before hitting 800, and so here's the Q&A. I will not call out anybody's name in this Q&A. The only thing I will go for is, basically listing the Q&A from least important to the most important. Meaning, going from, me having less thoughts about a question and, not thinking too much to more of a question that I had to think outside the box or something. And so, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the Q&A. If I were to start with the first question, going from, the least important, yeah, it's gonna be fast, so watch out. Here's the first question. When was I born? I was born May 15, 2003, over in Vietnam. Moved over to Texas when I was 3.5. Then I moved into high school. I graduated middle school around June of 2017, and then during August, I basically went to high school. What anime do I like the most? It varies, I guess. The Legendary is one of the few that I watch. Beyblade I do watch as well, and maybe a couple more. Subject that I like the most: math, science, engineering. Pretty much anything related to STEM. Remember if I have asked you this before, do you play any musical instrument? If yes, what is it? If no, are you gonna spend time for any music lesson? The next question is, what instrument do I play? So back in my elementary school, I learned how to play the clarinet, and I think during that time, my mom bought me a big one, like a 2.5 feet giant clarinet that I wasn't even able to use anyway because of how big it is. And during the same elementary school, I also got a guitar. However, I don't actually know how to play it because I'm not too interested in instrument, but I can show you a couple of my instrument later on. What is your favorite animal? Cheetah? Lion? Tiger? Is it true that Uchi is family to you? Will I be famous in Geometry Dash? Why should you ask? I mean, if you were to continue streaming or something, or do something that will entertain the viewer, then hopefully you might get famous. Otherwise, I have no clue. What's your favorite food? My favorite food is pizza, sushi, and anything that I like in general, I guess. No vegetable, please. And if I have any pets, I don't have any dogs or cat or anything in my room right now, so no. How long have I been playing Geometry Dash? I started Geometry Dash when it was first released or something, so back in 2014. Actually, I uploaded a video back in 2015/16, I think. So I've been playing for 6 to 7 years-ish. Okay, so apparently this next question is actually a link, and I was just having fun, and so might as well just highlight this link and go onto YouTube for it. You complete my hard demon map catch-up as for a random completion video. I was saying that I might record tonight, and hopefully I will, during around somewhere in the PMs or evening, hopefully. I can't promise anything. Do I play O2? I actually do play O2, but it's been a while since I play now because one, I play by my mouse. I don't have any O2 pad. And the last time when I tried to stream O2 back in 2015, 16-ish, it was a copyright claim, and I had to private the video, I think. What is your representative virtual character? So if I were to create a virtual character of myself, I will be average height, not too tall, not too low, skinny body, skinny leg as well, any type of jean, dark jeans, boots or something. For shirts, I'll have long sleeve, maybe a leather jacket or a big jacket in general. If it's possible, you can also put one sleeve in, one sleeve off. That's what I usually do back in high school. For facial feature, Decently, like, normal eyes, like, not too small, not too big, I guess. Mouth, not really that smiling. Another one could be, like, the hairstyle. Normally, like, you know, black hair, nothing too crazy or anything. For details on my face or something, if I were to create a character, there should be, like, purple outlining on the left and right side of my eyes. Just for, like, you know, details, I guess. And, actually, I don't know, like, that's kind of what I was, like, having a thought, you know? I don't know if I had the skill to actually make one anyway, but, you know, describing it, anybody could. What do you usually do in your free time, except GD? Normally in my free time, I would try to, I usually think of a lot of ideas, try to build, stuff out of cardboard, because right now, today I might, come back and start building, like, puzzles or something, because it's been a while. Skateboard, there hasn't been too many new ones, other than the one that looked kind of broken, I guess. Weapons, there was one weapon that I had, like, you know, sketched out, but hasn't, like, been built, you know. I have, like, so many sketches, and yet I don't have enough cardboard to actually build it. Another thing that I do is, you know, try to actually work out in the garage. I have, like, a giant workbench, and, like, despite my, body shape or something, being, like, super skinny or whatnot, I can actually lift, like, 140 max or something, which is, like, 30 above my weight. I could go higher, especially with squatting. I did 60 above my, weight, and that's not too bad. Hopefully, you know, y'all keep working out, exercise at least. Another thing that I try to do is, you know, singing and rapping. A lot of the time it's in Japanese. Konnichiwa. Other time it's, like, in Korean. Like, annyeonghaseyo. Maybe a little bit in Chinese. Ni hao. I haven't tried singing or rapping in Spanish since freshman year of high school. And I only remember one song in Spanish though, so, yeah. I think another thing that I try to do is, you know, just play games. I have a lot of games on my computer on Steam, so, like, you know, Vindictus, maybe even GD, but we're not counting that. We can also play, like, you know, some other stuff. On mobile, I also play a lot of games, like King's Raid, music rhythm game, I don't know, a lot of stuff. And, yeah, I have a lot of stuff, honestly, that I like doing, so, yeah, it's there. If Geometry Dash doesn't exist, what would you do on YouTube right now? If GD doesn't exist at all, I might, like, if I were to stream something instead of Geometry Dash, like, let's pretend like it doesn't exist, I could probably do, like, a just chatting stream. Hopefully it will boost the chat up, well, boost the chat and subscriber thing a tiny bit up. Normally I would record, like, some game that I have on my computer, and maybe that's kinda what I have in mind if GD doesn't exist. I could also try uploading, like, you know, reaction video, but that wouldn't do too much anyway because I watch a lot of video off camera. And mobile rhythm game, if I were to record it, sometimes the time delay kinda, you know, it kinda doesn't work or something. Because I remember I had an app on my computer and I linked my iPad to my computer, so basically it'll mirror what I have on my iPad onto the computer screen. And from there, if I were to play a music rhythm game, sometime it'll lag, and I will be ahead of my iPad, but the computer screen, it kind of delays some time bit, you know? You can probably imagine it. Do I even enjoy Easy Demon when you literally beat them in one attempt? Exaggerating or not, I don't really beat them in one attempt, but it has to go down to, like, a couple factors. First factor is gameplay, whether it is, like, you know, fast or, like, slow or something. It could be, like, average. I usually go with like fast and crazy, especially when it comes to my personal layout. Another thing is the music itself, whether it's like, you know, overused or like something new or something. It has to fit my own personal taste, especially when it comes to gameplay itself. Another one is the sync, whether you want to tap with the music or against the music. Syncing is like important to me anyway. Well, not really important, but it's like the most key factor that I'm looking for, because I make layouts with a lot of sync here and there. And decoration, I don't have much knowledge on decoration, but it has to be there in order for me to enjoy it. Does not have to be like epileptic seizure thing. It could be bright, it could be dark, but not dark enough so that I cannot see, you know? It has to be like in between. That's what I'm looking for in terms of like, you know, me enjoying Easy Demons. Start getting better at Geometry Dash. So back when I was playing it on mobile, I was having a rough time, especially on my iPad, because it was like laggy and like, you know, kind of slow pace or something. And then when I switched over to my phone, I started getting a tiny bit better, especially when it comes to tapping and sight reading. But it's basically the same case anyway. It's a hard time, especially playing on phone. You can't really sight read. You can only rely on like practice and a lot of stuff. But by the time I switch over to my PC, that's when I start like getting better, especially with sight reading. Mostly I play GD just to build level and such, but for me, I would focus on like, you know, harder level, like 8-star, 9-star, maybe easy demon base, just to like at least get warmed up or like get better at the game. And of course another thing is you always want to practice, even when you don't like to practice, you still gotta do it, especially if you want to beat the game. Well, beat the level instead. Normally for me, I don't have to practice because I rely on my sight reading a lot, especially when it comes to me beating level, like in 1 attempt or 2 attempt. So my skill is like, you know, sight reading instead of practice, you know. What motivates me to keep trying demon level? Normally for me, what motivates me of demon level itself is more over the type of gameplay. Like, it has to be like, demon level has to be fun at least. If it's not even fun, then why play it? Especially when you think about it. Slaughterhouse is like dark, slow, and also wave abuse or something. It is not fun. But if you were to try like demons like New Year's or Prosperity or maybe even Broken Game Boy, that one is also like, you know, fun and easy in some way. There's also like, you know, some harder demon that is also fun, like Magma Bound, Action, which those two are what I've beaten on YouTube, so you can go check it out. And yeah, it has to be fun instead of like, you know, boring or, you know, slow. So what is my main goal on YouTube? People keep saying that like everybody's main goal is try to get like 1,000 sub and try to get monetized. I personally, for me, I want to get recognized in the Geometry Dash YouTube community, you know, because a lot of the time streaming is where I get a lot of sub, especially doing level requests. Anything else is just kind of, you know, boring in some way. It also has to be like a gaming channel, you know, so either Geometry Dash or like Vindictus or maybe even like some mobile rhythm game that I play. Like, it has to be something to entertain you guys, you know. Another goal that I was trying to achieve is you know, trying to do something new, you know, like, you know, making other channel for like highlights or maybe like singing or anything. And there's just so much to actually think about in order to you know, say what's my actual goal for YouTube. But for now, for me, my goal for YouTube is basically try to get recognized with a lot of stuff, you know, instead of like, you know, letting my channel dead like a year ago. What will I do once I hit 1,000 subs? So there was actually another question. There was actually 2 questions about 1,000 sub, and this is where I will actually review what I'm doing for 1,000 sub. If I were to hit 1K, there's this secret layout that I've been like, you know, building or something. Is kind of like, you know, appearing on streams a couple of times here and there. I would from now all the way to 1,000 sub, I might be able to finish building that layout and hopefully release a YouTube video for it. Another thing that I would do for 1,000 sub is probably make another channel for my you know, singing and rapping type thing, just for anybody to watch. You know, I do sing a lot, so yeah, I have a good microphone right now. I'm using my phone microphone to record this Q&A, but I have a microphone for, you know, a song to cover or a rap to cover, you know, so nothing too bad. With that channel though, it's kind of, I need to start slow for a tiny bit, so I will be like covering like some part of the song instead of singing the entire thing. It's, you know, throat drying type, you know. My throat getting dry like a lot of the time, you know, so don't worry about it. So those are the only 2 that I was thinking about. And on my main channel, if I were to hit 1,000 sub, I would do a live Q&A instead of a recording one like this, where I do voiceover and like do a lot of stuff here and there, so not too bad. What are you gonna try to achieve now by playing Geometry Dash? Right now my stats are like mediocre. 6,969 stars, 286 demons. Anything else is not really that good. CPS, it depends, because everybody keeps saying to themselves, hey, my goal is to get like 1 CPS on a Geometry Dash. That's stupid. My goal that I want to achieve in Geometry Dash is trying to get non-Newground song more recognized in layout and stuff, and try to, you know, at least convince them that like non-Newground is still worth like getting a actual rate or a feature, you know, especially when it comes to building layout. Like for me, I use non-Newground stuff a lot more than Newground, is because I listen to like stuff outside of Newground, you know. The only exception for Newground songs are like Kumi P song and Somu song, where they have like a tiny bit of vocals here and there. Maybe you know, Holy War by Boom Kitty. That one is also upbeat. I would like make a layout of that. But yeah, I would like want to get non-Newground song recognized in Geometry Dash, and hopefully like at least get a rate or like a star rate, you know, because there's just so many overused song in Newground, or like so many overused song in like certain level that I play, and none of them seem very good, you know. So that's kind of what I haven't thought of what I'm trying to achieve in Geometry Dash. Last question is, ¿Cómo debes de So yeah, like I said in one of the question for hitting 1,000 sub, I will probably do a live Q&A instead of a recording voiceover one like this one. And so yeah, that's all the questions I have for today. Anything else that I want to say? I don't know. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to whatever you want. If you want to join the server down below, that's fine. And I think that's all I have for today. I don't think I have anything else to do other than, you know, to record and like do stuff. I don't know, my back is like in pain, so I won't be doing much anyway. But yeah, hope y'all have a good day. Hope y'all have like a good evening or a good afternoon. I don't know what your time zone is anyway, so adios.